Shane Van Gisbergen just did something at Phoenix that has the entire NASCAR world talking. And honestly, what he pulled off might be one of the most impressive drives we have seen all season. Ever since he first completely shocked the racing world by winning on the streets of Chicago, the doubters have been incredibly loud about his immediate future. Absolutely everyone said the exact same thing about his massive transition from supercars to the NASCAR Cup Series. They said he is just a road course specialist. They told us that the moment he steps onto a traditional oval, especially a dangerous intermediate oval, he is going to struggle, he is going to panic, and he will ultimately fail. They expected him to just try and safely survive out there, maybe log some laps, and stay completely out of the way. But here is the thing about this weekend at Phoenix. He did not just survive, and it was absolutely not a clean, easy race for him, not even close. In fact, it was a pure, unadulterated disaster from the very beginning. Early in the race, chaos erupted. Shane spun out, and then he spun out again. His car sustained massive damage. The fenders were banged up, the aerodynamics were compromised, and the entire situation looked completely unsalvageable. Most rookie drivers, especially those who are completely unfamiliar with the incredibly nuanced drafting and pack dynamics of an oval, would have just packed it in. They would have parked the car, blamed the chaotic nature of the race, and accepted a terrible finish. The radio was probably filled with panic, and the pit crew was undoubtedly worried about simply getting the car to the end of the race in one piece. The narrative was writing itself right there on the track. The doubters were ready to say, "We told you so, he cannot handle the ovals." But Shane Van Gisbergen refused to let that happen. He kept pushing. He kept fighting. Instead of giving up when the disaster struck, he rallied. He began to adapt to the track, outperforming drivers who have been racing on these types of tracks for their entire lives. With a heavily damaged car, he started picking them off one by one, navigating the chaos like a seasoned veteran of the sport. He clawed his way back through the field in a display of pure determination that had everyone in the grandstands and in the garage area completely stunned. Against all odds, after spinning twice and fighting a broken car for hours, Shane Van Gisbergen crossed the finish line in 11th place. 11th. Let that sink in for a second. With a torn-up race car on a track type he supposedly could not conquer, he almost cracked the top 10. But that is not even the most incredible part of this entire story. Because here is the bigger picture that is truly scaring the establishment. After that incredible recovery, after surviving absolute disaster, Shane Van Gisbergen is currently sitting 5th in the points table. 5th. Think about that for a second. A guy who is supposed to be on a massive learning curve, a driver who the critics said would be completely lost on ovals, is 5th in the overall standings. So where does this leave us? It leaves us looking at a completely disrupted points table. Look at the caliber of drivers he is currently beating. We are talking about absolute legends of the sport. He is sitting higher in the standings than guys like Joey Logano. He is outperforming a former champion like Kyle Larson. He is staying consistently ahead of Denny Hamlin. These guys are all established champions, multiple-time Daytona 500 winners, and absolutely guaranteed future Hall of Famers. And right now, they are all looking up at a guy who just moved over from Australia to try his hand at stock cars. The level of respect he is demanding from the garage is unprecedented. He is no longer just a fun underdog story or a road course ringer brought in to steal a win at Watkins Glen or Chicago. He is a legitimate weekly threat. The fact that he can take a day that was an absolute nightmare, a day where everything went wrong, and turn it into an 11th place finish to secure 5th in the championship standings proves one massive point. He is not just here to learn. He is not just here to survive the ovals. He is actually actively thriving right out there on them. He is taking the absolute worst-case scenarios and turning them into championship-caliber results. The vocal doubters have officially been silenced, and the narrative has entirely shifted. Shane Van Gisbergen has proven that he possesses the raw talent, the adaptability, and the sheer willpower to overcome any adversity NASCAR can throw at him. He is rewriting the rulebook on what a transition to the Cup Series looks like, and the rest of the Cup Series field should be very, very worried about what comes next.